European leaders, including Germany's new Chancellor Frederick Mertz, continue to put pressure on Russia to agree to a ceasefire with Ukraine ahead of planned peace talks in Turkey. Germany reminded Moscow that any failure to join the ceasefire offered by Ukraine would bring further sanctions on Russia. For more, I'm joined by Thomas Sparrow from Deutsche Welle. Thomas, how confident are Germany and other European countries that these proposed peace talks could yield results?
There is a lot of stake, and that's clear from a German perspective, that's clear from a European perspective. Basically, what's at stake is ending a war in Ukraine that has been going on for several years and that has affected many people, mostly in Ukraine, but not only in Ukraine. There seems to be, however, a difference of approach between what European leaders would want and what we're hearing also from Russian President Vladimir Putin. From the European perspective, they would prefer a ceasefire to be implemented ahead of any negotiations, ahead of any talks. But that doesn't seem to be the proposal, or at least the priority coming from Moscow. And from that perspective, you can clearly say that European leaders, and that includes German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, are looking at these possible talks with skepticism as well. They see it as a first step that could help yield results, but it's only a first step in a long procedure. And as I stressed, they would prefer if a ceasefire, a 30-day ceasefire, would come ahead of talks and not necessarily afterwards.
Thomas, now Germany has a new government in place. How big of an issue is the Ukraine-Russia conflict for the new Chancellor?
Germany indeed has a new government in place, and in fact Friedrich Merz is right now, as we speak, talking to the German parliament and explaining his priorities. And as part of those priorities, Ukraine does play a significant role. It's obviously the case that the German government and the German Chancellor have also internal priorities when it comes to dealing with migration, when it comes to also improving the state of the German economy. But if you look at foreign policy, it's clear the case that Ukraine plays an important role. And when I mention Ukraine, it's not only about how to find a common agreement with Ukraine and Russia. It's not only about how to also help Ukrainian migrants that are here in the country, that have been here in the country now for several years. What also plays a role is also how Germany will deal with the United States, in particular when it comes to bridging differences, to bridging the gap in perspectives between how the European Union and how European leaders view the ongoing conflict and how it is seen by the Trump administration in the United States. So undoubtedly a big priority for the German government under new Chancellor Friedrich Merz.
Indeed, Thomas, thank you. Thomas Sparrow reporting there from Berlin.